Hey, what's going on today, guys? Today I'm going to be unboxing the new H115i liquid cooler by Corsair. So previously my system, it's a Ryzen 7 1700, and it previously ran on the H60 liquid cooler by Corsair. That cooler has a radiator only occupying a fan slot size 120 millimeters. This one, on the other hand, has a radiator size for two 140 millimeter fans, which makes it 280 millimeters. Anyway, I'm really hoping this will be a good improvement from what I currently have. For example, right now I'm rendering a video in 4K and it's already running at 78 degrees Celsius, which is actually kind of dangerous for this type of CPU. Hopefully I can get some good improvements with this one, and yeah, now I'm gonna unbox it and we'll see how well it does. Alright, so let's see what's inside. Here's an instruction manual about how to mount it with a bracket. Warranty guide, instruction manual. I'll probably never read those, but that's okay. Oh neat, it came with an AM4 bracket. I actually bought one separately, but I didn't know it actually come with one. I'm going to put the box down just to make some room so I can display the full magnitude of this radiator size. Wow, look at the size of that. Size of my hand comparison. Yeah, this is a big jump up from what I had before. Now here's the size of my hand again in comparison with the heat sink right here. As you can see, there are three cables dangling off the pump. It gets its power from a SATA cable. This is the same type of cable that gives power to a hard drive. So it's ubiquitous in all computers. As well as that, there are two fan headers. Through that, the fans can actually be controlled by the temperature of the liquid going through the pipes, which is pretty neat. Not only that, but I guess it does kind of act like a fan splitter in a way, because it only requires one input into the fan header on your motherboard. And this actually does, the only reason why this is meant to be plugged in is because so it can indicate to your computer what the RPM is of the pump as well as the fans. I might just have other amenities plugged into that motherboard slot. So right here is one of the two of the 14 millimeter fans provided. I'm hoping this will run nice and quiet like it did as advertised. But yeah, it looks like a nice quality fan. Again, in here we have brackets for various motherboard types. Here we have the screws to screw down the pump onto the motherboard. Some extra screws, these are for the fans to go onto your case. And right here we have spacers. I guess this one right here is a AM4 bracket, so you can use, for example, Ryzen CPUs with this pump. Right here is the cable to plug into the USB 2.0 slot on your motherboard. This allows you to use the Corsair software to control the pump, the fan speed, etc. Right here, I think this is an LGA, I think 2055. And here's some screws for that as well. So yeah, Corsair really didn't lack on giving me enough supplies to securely mount everything. I'm gonna now mount this into my system, and well, first of all, I'll take the old one out and we'll see how it runs. So now I'm gonna install the new liquid cooler in the system right here. Unfortunately, I did run out of some thermal paste, but thankfully Corsair did provide some pre-applied stuff on the base right here. Also, I recommend telling you guys doing this to get the old residue off. Make sure you use alcohol wipes. Any other water type base may damage the components. Alcohol is good because it evaporates instantly when you apply it. And of course some paper towels as well. So after completing the system build, I decided to put the CPU to the absolute limits it can go. First of all, I ran a YouTube video on Google Chrome, and then I ran a Cinebench test. Already this should push your CPU to the absolute limits, but on top of all that, I ran a 4K video render. So this is really demanding incredible amounts from your CPU. And as you can see on the table there, it's currently averaging around 48 degrees Celsius. Its maximum is 51 degrees Celsius. Before, even under a moderate use, nowhere near compared to this. For example, just a 4K video render on its own, it was getting up to 78 degrees Celsius with the H60 liquid cooler. So I'm really happy I bought this, and I definitely recommend it to any guys who want to get the most of your CPU system. For example, with my Ryzen 7 1700, I'm able to overclock it now to 3.9 gigahertz, which gives it a Cinebench test score of around 1700. That's already outperforming most Ryzen 7 1800Xs. So based off that, the liquid cooler I bought already basically paid for itself with a price of about $130 US. Anyway guys, I appreciate if you made it this far in the video, and I wish you all the best of luck in your future computer modding. Goodbye.